Welcome to Wargroove. You guys asked me in the comments, Sneaky, when do I use mage heals? It never seems efficient. And that's an amazing question. Mage heals are an essential part of PvP, but it's really tricky to know when to use them and when not to, even outside of the gold question. I'm going to take you through in this video the basics and high-level PvP situations where you want to use mage heals in competitive matches. Let's get started. The first thing to remember is the very basics for those of you who are new. A mage heal in patch 2 costs 300 gold, and it will heal 20% of every unit's health in its area of effect. So we take this mage over here, we drop the heal, and as you can see it's like this cross shape, and it will heal up to 5 of your own units, doesn't affect enemies, and heals 20% of their health. Now, it's important to remember that mage heals can be efficient or inefficient, and we'll talk about why that's important later. But if I drop a mage heal on this sword, it'll cost me 300 gold. On the other hand, if I just reinforce the sword, it'll cost me 20 gold. Obviously, that's terribly inefficient. If I mage heal 2 golems, which is the classic scenario, it'll cost me 300 gold, but reinforcing them will cost 480 gold. Obviously, this is very efficient. But just because a mage heal is efficient or inefficient doesn't necessarily mean you should or shouldn't use it. Let's get into some specific examples. Alright, we'll take the top situation versus the bottom situation. In the top situation, you do not want to be this mage. Oh look, I have a bunch of weakened units grouped together. Let me drop a mage heal on them. No! No, don't do that. There is nothing this gets you. These units aren't in range of anything in this top situation. They can't do anything. A 3 dog is not really much better than a 1 dog. A 3 knight is not really better than a 1 knight. A damaged thief is still a damaged thief. It still steals. You didn't get yourself anything. This wasn't worth it. Save your gold or build something more expensive. Unless you have a purpose for the units, you don't want to just throw heals on really weak units, right? Now let me show you the exact opposite situation. These units are lightly damaged. Because they're lightly damaged, a mage heal will bring them to full, which means they can one-shot other units. That's a big difference between healing units up to full and healing units but they're still weak. In fact, this situation is even better for a heal because I can't kill this knight. So I can't even attack in here or I'll get ripped apart by the archers. But if I heal first, now I can do those one-shots with my full health units. That knight goes down, and it lets me take another knight out, and it lets me attack this knight too. I just did over 1,200 gold worth of extra damage that I wouldn't have been able to do without the 300 gold mage heal. Even if I lose all my pikes, this attack was worth it. So remember, don't heal when it doesn't matter. But it's good to heal units up to full when they can make a powerful attack. Alright, let's take a look at this other scenario here. Obviously, we've covered this already. Double healing golems is amazing. I'm bringing it up a second time because it's just that good. Healing 1 golem with a mage heal is only 60 gold inefficient. And a golem is such a good tank and such a survivable unit. Even if you just had 1 golem, it's usually worth dropping a heal on it. If you have 2, always do it. But don't do it in this situation. The golem is very weak. It's on 1% health. The trebuchet is very weak. If I send my mage in here to heal, sure, I can do a little bit of extra damage to this knight, right? Oddly enough, that was about 300 gold worth of damage, the cost of the mage heal. But as soon as I end my turn, this knight will one-shot my mage. This knight will finish off this golem. I will not win this trade. That was terrible. So you shouldn't dump mage heals on units that are about to die just for like an extra 5% damage on your opponent. That's really bad. Unless it's like a game-winning move, don't be this mage. Be this mage. Alright, let's look at a really good pro PvP situation. Commander into commander attacks. When you do a commander into commander attack, you make your commander vulnerable because you take a lot of damage on the counterattack. And oh no, I stepped into a knight crit. Another knight can hit me. Valder can hit me. There's an archer here. What do? Well, in this kind of situation, it's usually beneficial to wall up, protect your commander on all sides, and drop a Mage heal. Now, this is not efficient at all. This is not. A commander can reinforce up to full health for 500 gold. That 20% I just did is like 120 gold. It definitely wasn't worth the 300 gold to do this. But look at how strong my position is right now. There's no way Mercia can die, so I won't lose the game. Valder is way too weak to attack into me. If these knights attack into me, they'll take so much counterattack damage and then get eaten by the pikes. My position is amazing. So you usually want to heal your commander and keep them as close to full health as possible, even when it's not efficient, because it gives you a very powerful position and lets you attack and defend more powerfully. Let's take a look at this scenario. So I'm on the attack right now. I've pushed my opponent back all the way to the stronghold. And don't worry if your map doesn't have a bunch of forest in the middle. Just pretend this is a really big map. It takes a long time for a deployed unit to get from here all the way to the attack. For this reason, sure, I could spend my money building a knight or something, but the game is going to be over before the knight matters. It's not worth building the knight. It won't get here in time. My knights are going to get ripped apart by all these pikes and the archers. I need to attack now. So when you're on the attack, it's usually worth it to drop mage heals, even inefficient mage heals, rather than building units at home. The reason is, the units at home just won't make it there in time. As you can see, even though these mage heals weren't really as efficient as building a new unit, I now have the ability to just completely attack into this, to the point where my opponent cannot possibly recover the game state. I just win. There's no coming back from this. I win. That was so much better than attacking into this with really weak units and letting this barracks just build things to overwhelm me, or building a unit all the way over here and making it walk all the way here and not getting there in time. When you're on the attack, use mage heals to keep your tempo and momentum of your attack. Alright, finally, game-winning situations. It doesn't matter how much gold you spend if it wins you the game. It's always worth it to spend gold if it leads to the GG on that very turn. That's all for now, and welcome to Wargroove. If you have any more questions or requests, hit me up in the comments below.